It's hard to imagine this not being a fun game to watch. It's the Chargers going up against the Colts. With that, let's get you up to Lucas Oil Stadium. Here are Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Larry, from the heartland of America, EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to Lucas Oil Stadium here in Indianapolis. Today, two AFC teams set to do battle as we've got a good one in store between the San Diego Chargers and the Indianapolis Colts. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Guyton. And Charles, we take a look at the Colts entering play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Chargers, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes that actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their quarterback, the very, very talented Andrew Luck.
And Andrew Luck's skill set is absolutely fantastic. There's not anything that he can't do as a quarterback on the field. But I also think that he absorbed a little bit by osmosis some of that great bloodline. His father, formerly a quarterback in the NFL as well.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
And just a simple, basic neutral zone infraction here, partner.
Yeah, when you're ready to launch and go get the quarterback, sometimes you take off a bit too fast.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Denzel Perryman there to bring him down. On second down, here's Luck. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's brought down. Fresh set of downs here. Shipped together here from the D-line. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
Defense maybe trying to guess the snap count there, and it costs them 5 yards. Here to his running back, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Give him 6 on the play there, and it'll give the Colts a first down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy, let him pick up the first down.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. They'll try the air now with Locke. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's brought down. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. Having an effective short passing game, one of their main concern coming into this one, right there, able to hit the D with a quick strike and a first down.
And you're able to put that into your game plan when you see that there's space to throw the football. A lot of defenses don't want to play press coverage or tight coverage. They'll play backed off, and sometimes those cornerbacks will bail out really fast and really get deep, and that allows you to throw the quick game underneath, and they took advantage of it.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
2nd down following the run. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive linemen said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
The insistence of speed at every position is really seen at the defensive end spot. These guys in the old days were often outside linebackers. They just pushed them forward because they wanted to play fast and get to the quarterback or the running backs quicker than ever before.
And they'll go on the ground. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, all the defense, they made it happen.
Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a 3rd and long. 3rd and long, it's Locke. He's got time in the pocket, looking for the end zone. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
When teams take shots at the end zone, you've got to defend it the same way you would defend the first down sticks. You defend the goal line exactly the same way. They can't cross that. You play through the receivers, and on that play, that's exactly what they did and batted it away.
And Vinatieri's kick is good. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. So the opening drive for him here on their home turf results in a field goal.
Now that's the way you want to get things started. Your stadium, your crowd, you've got the ball, put points on the board first, and let everyone start to celebrate.
Here's the punter McAfee to kick it away. The return man now is Danny Woodhead. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. One back is Lacy. Rivers to throw it. And it's complete to Antonio Gates. And he's brought down. It's a gain of 17 that time. Good enough for a San Diego first down.
Do you get the sense, Brandon, that people are trying to retire Antonio Gates? They keep thinking this is almost the end of the line, and then he keeps making catches like the one we just saw there.
He's the old reliable, you're right, just one of 9 players in the NFL with 100 or more touchdowns. Kendall Langford from his defensive end spot there for the tackle. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Rivers now on 2nd down. Gates has it over the middle. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback that has to slide and find open space to throw.
Back now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Chargers here with a football. They're looking at a second and short yardage to start things out. They run it again with Lacey. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. And, you know, he may not have the franchise tag, but I bet they're relieved to have that deal done, keep him around.
And he's a good guy, a valuable player to them, and they wanted to make sure they had him around. Good team chemistry, always hard to find, and when you've got it, you don't want to let it get away.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Rivers. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that at just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
Ready. Here we go.
On 2nd down, Rivers again. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, DeQuell Jackson. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Now they try the right side here. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line.
Ah, yes, that's today's NFL defensive tackle. Not just a space eater anymore. A guy with agility, movement skills, who can rush the passer and make plays in the offensive backfield.
Got it left. Hey, four down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Locke finding time. Open man, it's Allen. And he's brought down after a good game. He got 29 yards that time.
As far as I'm concerned, Andrew Luck can do it all. I mean, he's an underrated runner, toughness in the pocket, strong and stout. But let's face it, the money, that comes from his arm.
And smart, valedictorian of his high school class in Houston. Then he goes to Stanford. He's got it all. And he'll give it here to his running back. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. To throw on 2nd down is Locke. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Dwayne Allen, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Colts add on to their lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. still on his feet. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
And now San Diego getting set to go. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
Second down here after the incomplete pass. Now Rivers. He'll set up the screen to Lacey. And he is going to lose yardage here. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down. And that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try to pick up the first down on third down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
Here's Drew Kaiser now. Back deep for the Colts is Philip Dorsett. Look at the spin.
Balance.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here. 1st and 10. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing, because that drop.
Touchdown, Indianapolis! Josh Ferguson with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. And that moment we just saw, always so special for any rookie, the first touchdown of his career.
And there's nothing like anticipation, is there? You know he's been dreaming about it, thinking about it. It's been a part of every bit of his being. And finally, it gets done. He's got to feel great right now.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Rivers on first down. And this will be incomplete. Danny Woodhead is intended target. And that'll make it 2nd and 10.
In most pass defenses, the guy playing safety has the ability to roam free and try and go to the football. But when you're in man, you've got to cover just like a guy playing out on the corner. Lock up on the receiver and go to the football. That's exactly what he did, batting that one away.
And on 2nd and 10 now.
Hey! He's cracked. He's checking.
From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. So a 2nd down incompletion now brings up 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Rivers. And he's got a man open. That's Allen. And he will have a first down as they get into the ground at the 37. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Larry Ridley in Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. First down, Rivers. And Jones has it over the middle. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll make this a second down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. One receiver left, 3 to the right. They'll throw again. Rivers. And there's a flag on the field.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
And a big face mask penalty here, 15 yards.
You never want to get your hands up in the face mask area because your fingers can get tangled up there, and that can hurt you as a player.
Rivers now to throw on first down. Wide open, it's Allen, complete. And he's brought down. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
And those first downs do add up. The offense keeps the ball moving downfield and keeps their defense on the bench, giving them a chance to rest.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. On first and 10, Rivers. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Eric Walden in there to drop him with his first sack of 2016.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Rivers now on second down. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. They give it to him right up the gut. And they'll get him down here at the 23. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided. And Larry apparently very brief in his report. Thanks anyway, my man, as we're already set for action. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or do they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. On second down, Lacey. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Brandon, that play typifies what we've seen from the offense all day long. They've had no success getting things going. I think for the offensive coordinator, he's going to go to that side of the play sheet that says try something different, try some specials, something they haven't seen all day to try and get this offense kick-started.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Third down is the down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. A big kick there. We'll call this 56 yards on the punt. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
I remember Philip Dorsett coming out of the University of Miami, ready to hit the league. All we talked about was speed, speed, speed. Just throw it to him, and you've got a great chance at a completion, but not that time.
Not that time. They tried a deep downfield with his speed, but incomplete. Second down following the incompletion.
Single. 12 line. 675. Tight as Ringo.
They'll fake it. Now Love. Surveying the field. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Jeremiah Tauchu in there to get him for a loss of 5. So a big sack on second down. Now let's see what the offense has in store for third.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback third and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well. Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. Slips past him.
Where'd he go?
A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. And a look here at the Colts defense. They have a little something to build off of from last time with a 3-and-out.
And what they have to build off of? Great confidence right now. Being able to stuff someone on a 3-and-out. You feel like you're in control now. You're doing the dictating. They want to see if that can continue as this game progresses.
Will it continue? We'll see. They go play action here on first down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. They'll hand it off. Lacey. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
Rivers now from the 50. And it's complete. Henry. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Hunter Henry out of the University of Arkansas was definitely the consensus top tight end in the 2016 draft. I thought he might sneak into the first round. He didn't, but I think that Philip Rivers is really happy to have him in San Diego. They're already starting to make that connection.
Now a first down carry. It's Lacey. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down. You're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Second down, Rivers. Allen's got it over the middle. And he's brought down after a good gain. A really good pickup of 28 yards. A nice little completion there by Phillip Rivers. And you and I were reading the article yesterday. 5th grade, Rivers had to do a project where he had to make a poster about his dreams and aspirations. So he clipped out a football player from a magazine article and pasted his face on the helmet. That's what he wanted to be, and it turned out okay.
Not so bad. Not so bad at all. Remember, he's the son of a coach. And on that play, I think he made the old coach proud with that completion. Say what you want about Eddie Lacy. He is really important to his team, and right now, they're holding him down well below his normal yardage total, and his team's losing the game.
And we talk about it so often, how tough he is to bring down, but they found a way to do it.
Yeah, I think gang tackling, getting a lot of people to him, that's the key to everything. Not many guys can take him down one-on-one consistently. I don't even have to stretch for this one. This is 4-down territory. They've got to get it in with the deficit that they're facing.
Absolutely. It's not the 4th quarter, but still, I think you can't be thinking 3 here.
No, if you do that, you might as well go ahead and fold up on this one, but I don't think they're built like that.
3rd and goal for Rivers. Dumps it off to Woodhead. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. So it's an old-school extra point, but certainly a disappointment that they couldn't get 6.
Yeah, when you see 19-yard field goal in the box score, you kind of shake your head. But their head coach decided 3 was enough.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They had blocked so well in the 1st half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed.
And he's brought down. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Completes it to Moncrief, left side. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Offense.
So 20 yards to go here on 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to lose yardage here. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Colts. They've got control of the football. They also have the lead as we start the 4th.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there.
One receiver left is Hilton. On 2nd down, here's Locke. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. That one good for 21 yards. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
Play was stopped on that play. He's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. And now San Diego getting set to go. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Rivers. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. All right, so what do you make of these numbers here? Back-to-back games where he's really, really struggling.
Well, I go back to our meeting with the head coach, and you asked him about what happened last week and whether you thought he'd come out of it, and he was a little hesitant, wasn't he? He wasn't real confident about what he would see. He was hopeful,
right.
And that always scares me a little bit if I'm a player, if I had actually heard that. But as a broadcaster, listen to the head coach say he's hopeful. Well, so far that hope hasn't been realized.
Yeah, we both noted that after, and you're right, it hasn't been realized. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Another pistol look here. They'll throw again. Rivers. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. The 5-time Pro Bowler, Robert Mathis. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure it out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
He's going to fire, and that's caught inside the 30. And that goes as a gain of 37 on 3rd down. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Rivers to throw it. Caught left side, Williams. 7 yards on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down. And quickly, they get to the line. Second down, Rivers. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. And this will probably be the last play they can squeeze in here before the 2-minute warning.
Defense always has to be careful in this situation. A lot of teams like to take a shot.
To throw is Rivers. That's complete right around the 8. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll drop it underneath for Woodhead. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Lacey. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. Eddie Lacy, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chargers have made this a 1-score game.
And they put it in the end zone, which was job 1. Now they have to convert. And then it's decision time, isn't it?
Yeah, this is what all teams go through. You look at the clock, you're inside 2 minutes, look at your timeouts, make that onside kick decision.
Yeah, how do you feel about your defense, where you are in terms of the scoreboard and the time left on the clock? As you noted, so many things to go through.
The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead, first down, fourth quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back, but 8 yards on first down puts them back on their heels.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
And they finally bring him down, but he reaches the 16. And now a little bit of a losing skid here, only 2 games.